Look around you, man. You can find inspiration. You can find discouragement. It all depends on you. Perception is everything. Some people just hear another song. Some people hear the greatest. A nigga used to have no chill. Nowadays I bump side A. Traffic going bumper to bumper, stuck on the highway.
You know what I mean? And in the NYPD, because you carry the gun, anything with mental, they pull that gun, they try to get rid of you. So I had to always appear a lot stronger. You feel me? I couldn't even get therapy. Because if I'm in therapy, they watch me. Every move I make, I gotta walk. I was already kind of straight, but I had to walk the straightest line once I decided to blow this whistle.
Right.
But essentially, what allowed me to do this, I was already fortified with the struggle of just growing up in the hood. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What was it like with your friends? You making this transition, deciding that you were going to join law enforcement?
Man, yeah.
I know that's not very well received.
Oh, no, it's all good. Like, I'm from Newkirk, shout out to Flatbush. It's funny because, I'm an author now. When I was writing my book, I went back and sat on my rooftop, my old rooftop, because there's something about being home, can't explain it.
Sometimes I go to my old block.
Exactly, it just clears your mind.
Stand on the corner for a little bit.
Exactly.
And then get the out of here.
So at first, right, I used to come on the block, and I'm, this is my man. We used to play Street Fighter. Like, come on, I know your mom, I know your sister.
Mm-hmm.
I was at your baby shower, and the block would always clear out. Yeah. Like, yo, where y'all going? Why the block clearing out? Right?
It's not black anymore. It's blue.
You feel me? It's
Right.
like, this Edwin coming, man.
We was talking about this earlier. I had a friend that I protected when I was young. Because, he was really smart. He reminded me of myself, but unfortunately, I had to get in the shit. So that toughened me up a little bit. But recognizing in him, like, okay, you're like me, you smart kid, you're getting great grades, you're in a gifted program, all that stuff. I've been there, I know what it's like. Let me keep people off of you. So, anybody mess with him, they ask my little brother, I'll run down on him, what up? Now he gets older and he joins law enforcement. I see him later and, we're having a conversation. This is around the time the Sean Bell thing happened. And I asked him, like, how you feel about that? And he said, better them than us. And I always wondered, like, because it enraged me. Because I remember protecting you. How could, he kept going over and over about how much he loved his job and all that. It's like almost he was getting revenge. But I'm like, yo, did you remember, like, the people who looked out for you? Those are the same faces you running down on. You know what I mean? Like, and I always wanted to know, was there some sort of like brainwashing or like what causes someone to change like that? What causes someone to see themselves outside of their race once they put this badge on?
Yeah, honestly, man, it's just basic tribalism. You feel me? This is the new environment they in. This is what they about now. It happens in every other sector you could think about. Cops are no different. Somebody joining law enforcement is really no different. There's a sister I know, she's Dominican, she's like the biggest, like, conservative. And I'm like, you're an immigrant, you're black, you're Hispanic, you're a woman. There's no reason for you to focus on anything.
Nowhere on that list.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. They're not thinking about you.
What trumps all of that is her, her position in law enforcement. Because that's where her mentality comes from.
Right.
You feel me? So, and some people, man, like, there's some black cops, they look down on others. You feel me? Because they making a little bread compared to people in the hood. And they see it as, y'all bums. You know what I mean? And that's a big part of it. And
You had the same opportunities I got.
You got that. That technique, that being overly technical, not understanding why the hood is the hood and everything else that goes on. Because technically there's a choice. And I ain't gonna lie, for the first 3-4 years, I was frustrated. I thought every black cop was like me. I thought every black cop said, I'm gonna go in here to do things better.
Good, no, my brother.
Yeah, I had to. That was a hard lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Like,
it's not like
they
that.
just here to make their money.
Now there's an organization.
Matthew, you got to remember those same faces that protected your boy. there was a lot more of them that beat him up and bullied him. So when he got the chance, that power corrupted. Absolutely.
I mean, that's part of it. That happens also.
I'm just that specific example with him. Like, you're still a wild case.
Yeah.
Because you walk in here fortified with you're coming from a very specific point of view, very specific metric. Books, heroes, Marcus, like you have an objective and an agenda, which automatically is going to put you at odds with anybody who's just trying to get along. I just want my check, bro. You fucking up the feng shui.
Oh yeah,
Shut up with that. Like, go somewhere with that shit. I'm just trying to get paid and you fucking this up.
Right. Yeah, I almost got in a fist fights because of that, man. Like, you know, I used to always speak to my peers again because I could make the argument intellectually. And one time it was a black cop. He was like, yo, on some real shit, Raymond, niggas is tired of your mouth, man. If you want to fuck up your career, you feel me, out here not doing the job, you in the wrong job. You don't want to do this shit, don't fucking quit. If niggas want to make their money, shut the fuck up. And then somebody was like, yo, chill, nah, fuck that. We tired of this nigga, man. Like, yo, he always hits yapping his mouth. Niggas is always, you're like, y'all tired of him too. Now y'all gonna get at me for saying something. I'm like, I was like that, like, oh shit. And it's crazy because that same brother is one of my biggest supporters now. You feel me? He apologized for that whole scenario and was like, yo, honestly, man, I couldn't see what you were seeing at the time. You feel me? He became a father that woke him up a little bit.
I think that's the thing that scares me. See, I think about myself and I'm like, okay, all right, I got enough money that I could hire security. Anytime I go out, I could do this, I could do that. But then my boys, they don't want to move like that. You know what I mean? They're not on some, yo, dad, I'm going to the mall with my friends. Can you get some security? And that's when it hits me like, yo, I hope, I pray. I tell them like how to move, what to do. You in the car, it's more than 3 of y'all, take your hat off. You got a hoodie on, take the hoodie. You know what I mean? Just things that I learned growing up, like, yo, just to stay under the radar so that you don't have to have those type of encounters because they were detrimental to me. I remember 14 years old, getting slammed by a cop like I was a grown man. For some bullshit.
Yeah, I went through that too, yo.
Just playing around in the subway.
Yep.
Just playing around in the subway. And, you know, as I got older, you know, the target, like the cops in my hood, they was on some other shit. They used to ride through and, you know, get on the bullhorn and be like, yo, popo up, bees down. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. It makes you feel like, what you mean? You know what I mean? Like, what, this the type of crazy shit that, and just by my attitude, if I got in an argument with my mother and I left the house and I was angry, like just my whole demeanor would attract just law enforcement. And the shit it criminalized me because I started hating the way that I was being treated so much that I wanted to rebel.
A nigga used to have no chill, nowadays I bump side A. Traffic going bumper to bumper, stuck on the highway. Takes so long to get from Monday to Friday, then you wake up on Sunday like it was just Friday. Crime pays an iron cage, had to find ways. I wasn't trying to slave a 9 to 5 till my dying days. Friends